Oh, she's a beaut. Welcome back to the Dirthead shed. It is 0 degrees out. Let's see if this thing will fire up. I think gas is better than diesel in cold weather. We'll see. Okie dokie. Oh, there's a big pile of dog poop right there. It is cold outside. I've got to come on, lock. Come on, lock. Let's see if the other side will work. Dang it. Hold, please. Come on, penetrating oil, do something. Oh, that was easy. Oh, the door was frozen shut. Everything's frozen. Let's see if this thing will fire up. Come on, thing. No block heater. 0 degrees. Come on, oil. Yep, we got oil pressure. Oh, it smoked a little bit. Power steering pump is mad. A little bit of blue smoke, but it's running. It's running. Cool. All right, well, I've got to haul a set of tires to a friend of mine. I sold my 40-inch Patagonias, and they're going to full-size Invasion right now. To go on a friend's truck. So I gotta load them up and head down to my buddy Matt's shop to drop them off. I don't know how I'm gonna fit 5 more in here. 1, 2, 40. Do your thing. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay. 5. You got 5 up there. Whew. That was dumb. All right, let's go get these tires dropped off. Oh, freaking burr. All right, we ran down to Matt's and dropped off those tires. He's heading to full-size Invasion tomorrow, so all those dudes are gonna go have fun. Joe and Matt and Ted and a bunch of other guys. I'm gonna run this thing through the car wash real quick because it's still kind of muddy underneath from when we took it snow wheeling right around Christmas time. And I need to get it in the shop and work on it. Oh, it looks like they're actually closed. Lame. You'll never guess. I'm having problems with my GoPro. I brought the Suzuki in twice, 2 or 3 times, trying to get a shot of it rolling in, looking all cool, gonna get put on the lift. Well, the camera didn't want to work, so we're just gonna start from here. Check it out. The Suzuki's in the shop. We are going to throw front wheel bearings on it because it's still grinding and making a bunch of noise in the front end. The brakes are better, and that's all working good, but I think part of the problem with that brake that was all wonky is that the wheel bearing is kind of shot. So we are going to swap out front wheel bearings. I just got parts that showed up in the mail the other day and a tool that came from Amazon so that we can get those front hub bearings off, or the hub nuts, or whatever you want to call them. All right, I'm going to lift this thing up and get to work. Give it a good shake. All right, good to go. So it's already Sunday evening. It's like 4 o'clock on Sunday. I ended up working on Cameron's truck all weekend, which is cool. You'll end up seeing really nice videos on Cameron's truck, a suspension setup that we did on it. Hopefully pretty soon, but right now it's time to work on my own stuff because I got to drive this thing to work tomorrow. I'm not fully converted to electric yet. I still like pneumatic impact wrenches. This is like the two-stroke of the mechanic world. It's old school, but you can't beat the sound. So what we have here is like the brakes, and then this inner portion here is the wheel hub. It's sort of a unit bearing on these, and it also has a splined drive through it. So it's got like a drive flange on here. We'll pull the drive flange off, we'll pull the cap off, we'll pull the C-clip off the end of the axle, we'll pull the brakes off, and then once we get all that stuff apart, then we should be able to pull a spindle nut off and get the whole hub assembly out. So I guess it's time to get this back apart, kind of where I had it when I did the brake job. Looks like a short 17, we'll get that done. Track down my air ratchet, handy dandy Campbell Hausfeld from like 1996 is gonna do the trick. Yeah, I love the sound of it. I'm gonna definitely have to turn the volume down on that. All right, let's get those bolts out of there. This is the caliper bracket. Just kind of get that whole thing up and out of the way. We'll just tuck it right over here, and it's not going anywhere. Now the rotor can come off. Let's see, where did I put my hammer? Huh. I think I remember this from the last time where I took that off, but I didn't need to. Let's find a 10 mil. I think that's what we're going for. Yeah, that'll work. Caliper's mad. Drop the caliper. Make hooks like this so that you can hang your calipers and not damage them. And then if you do make those hooks, actually use them. Unlike Dave. We'll throw this up here, and now it's like safe. Now I'm not gonna break my dang truck. Alright, enough of that noisemaker. We got all the drive flange bolts out of there. There we go. Boom. That sucker is off. That's the drive flange. This is what kind of engages the four-wheel drive from the axle shaft to the hub. Some rigs would have a locking hub in place of that. Some have a drive flange. All right, here's where we're at. There's a snap ring on the axle shaft here that you probably can't see, but it's right there. I might have to take that off. Basically, what I'm really trying to do is I need to take this lock ring off that has those 4 Phillips head screws in it. I'm gonna pop that off of there, and then I've got a socket that I bought that we can pull this hub nut socket deal off of there. So let's go ahead and get a Phillips on those guys. What's the best solution for that? I think I've got, well, let's see if this bad mamma jam will get it out of there. Please don't strip. Piece of cake. Those things aren't even tight. Oh, that one's gonna... Oh, geez. Oh, crap. Why are 3 normal ones just like, heck you? Ooh, check this out. I got an impact driver. You ever seen one of these things? This is an old school tool. That's all worn out. So this is an impact driver. Basically, it's a screwdriver that you hit with a hammer, and as you hit it, if you're turning it in a certain direction, it'll kind of keep going that direction with a little bit of extra force. So look at that. Let's get that ring off of there. That's a lock ring. Now this pinion nut right here, this is the one that has like a funky pattern to it that most sockets don't have. Cool. Did we just knock out wheel bearings in no time? I think we did. Let's slam the wheel back on this thing, call it done. Look at that. All that stuff. Brakes are kind of fresh. The hub is new. Some grease and stuff in there. Bolts are tight. Nothing left over except for the lug nuts. We're going to put the wheel on. Nothing cool happened over here. Coming down. I sure hope my grindy bearings are better now. Keep your old junk on the road, 'cause it's cheaper than buying a new one. Keep your old junk on the road. Keep your old junk on the road. Think I'll torque these to 100, maybe 98 foot-pounds of torque. Oh yeah, I already had them tighter than that. Quick update. Remember when I polished out these headlights and y'all said it wasn't gonna last? You were right. It didn't last. They look like garbage a year later. Whatever. Maybe I'll buy new headlights for this thing eventually. Normal junk. This car's fun. I wanted to bring Louis ViTen in so I could start working on... Oh, let me shut this thing off. I wanted to bring Louis ViTen in so that I could work on it a little bit, but it doesn't want to start. And I'm not about to get out there with a battery charger right now because it is too cold. I think I'm going to call it a night for Sunday night. We'll try and get some work done tomorrow after work. It's Monday night and it's really cold. Batteries are dying on everything. I just had to go jump start Louis ViTen. Even though it ran yesterday morning, it wouldn't start yesterday evening. So that thing's coming in the shop. My GoPro is plugged into the wall right now because the battery won't work in it. All right, we're back. The truck's in the garage and it's getting ready to go on the lift. It's like an hour later. The batteries wouldn't work on the old GoPro. Ended up talking to Colt on the phone from Bleepin' Jeep for close to an hour. But yeah, we are ready to get going on this. This thing would not start. I think I just explained that earlier, but this truck wouldn't start for me. I put a new battery in it when I came back from the SEMA show, and I think what I need to do is actually throw a starter in it. So let's get this thing up in the air. Let's yank the starter out of it, and I'm gonna take it with me to work tomorrow so that I can fix this thing tomorrow night. All right. A little bit of tension on there. Boom. I wasn't really expecting to be working on this thing, but it kind of could use a little bit of work, so what better time than now, right? Cool suspension. This truck's rad. All right, let's yank this starter out of here. Right there. I got the battery disconnected, so we should be able to knock this out pretty quick. Come off of there. That doesn't... Oh, got dirt in my... Oh, there we go. Come on. Oh, I think we got it. Come out of there. Yeah, a little baby starter. Cool. Take that to work with me tomorrow and buy another one. It's Tuesday night. I just got back from work, had dinner. I got myself a new starter. I stopped at O'Reilly and picked up a new, I don't know what brand, Ultima starter. We'll see if it fixes the rig. The other thing, my wheel bearings on the Suzuki, totally awesome. Got rid of that noise that I had, so that's good. Wheel bearings were a win, brakes are good. Now let's fix Louis ViTen. It's gonna take a little bit of work to get that bolt run in there, but you can see we've got the starter in and the 3 bolts started. Now it's just time to tighten it all up. All right, there's a handful of things that this rig needs. But first and foremost, I've got to get springs on these shocks that actually hold the truck up. Right now I have a massive amount of preload on those springs, and it's still just sort of bottomed out all the time and riding on the dual rate stops and still sitting too low. So this is all wrong. Spring rates are way too light for how heavy the truck is and where the shock is mounted on the trailing arm. So I've got to figure out what to do in order to get this right. Check this out. It's dumping. We're going lunchtime snow womping. Thanks, Jesse. All right. Got the old snow, oh my gosh, get in quick. Got the old snow machine dusted off. It seems like this thing's gonna work pretty good. Oh, there's the wall. Oh god, ABS kicking in. It's slick out here, huh?
Oh, that's good.
It looks like Cooper may have been whipping some. This thing kicks butt.
Very nice.
All right. So the key here is to go get lunch and not get in an accident, right?
Correct.
All right. This is sketchy.
Dude, it's a good time.
Yeah, I'm going for it before.
Lunchtime adventures are the best.
Is this you?
Yeah.
Really? Did you crash?
No. Not yet.
Huh.
See a cool crash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it going to do better than the Suzuki Maybe. All right, let's see it. It is pretty cool. You're gonna break your Ultima. You should. I said you're gonna break the Ultima.
It's a Maxima. Right?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Later, man.
Apparently that's all you need. Nope. Nerd. It dumped. I made it home from work and I snowblowed the driveway, snowblowered the driveway. Anyways, I took care of the driveway and now I'm in the shop and I'm gonna start messing with shocks and coilovers on this thing. I basically am going to take the coil springs off of those shocks and replace them with these coil springs. These were the shocks that were on the back of this thing. These were a front Tundra shock. This is like a 7-inch travel guy. And basically I just need to rub the spring and the adjuster and the lower plate off of this. So I'm gonna dig in here and see what it takes to take this thing apart. The hardest part is gonna be this end, which I have to unscrew this cap out of the shock body in order to get the shock off, or to get the upper mount off of it. So trying to figure out what the plan is. I think what I'm going to do is run this all the way up so that I can have no load on the spring, so I can take this off the lower part, get the spring out of the way, then I can clamp the body with some soft jaws that I got and pop that cap off of there. So let's see if this all works. That went pretty smooth. Cool. All right, a bunch of work and we'll have this thing loosened up. All right, we have made it to this part of the job that I've never done before. I've never pulled the top cap off of a set of shocks like this. Rumor has it that they unscrew and that there's Loctite in here, and that if you heat it up with a torch, the Loctite will let go. So I've got this thing in some aluminum jaws in my vise, which I borrowed from my buddy over at Hazard Fabworks, and we're gonna see if we can pop that top cap off. If I can get the top cap off, then I can spin this off, and that's the part that I need to use for my other pair of shocks. So let's see if this will happen. I relieved the pressure from the nitrogen charge out of the reservoir. There's probably going to be some oil that we're going to have a problem with. I really should have taken the other end of the shock apart as well, because we're going to have some oil issues in here, but I'm just kind of curious to see if I can actually get this shock top cap off of here. How hot do you have to get it? I don't know. I feel like I need to get it hot enough to maybe soften up that Loctite, but not so hot that I screw up the anodizing on the aluminum or whatever coating is on the steel. Alright, let's see. Let's see if I put 2 crescent wrenches on here. See if this will start undoing. It's spinning the shock shaft. Or the shock body. I've got that thing in there pretty good. Let me get a cheater bar on the vise. Not recommended. That seems like about all I can do before I start bending that thing. It's still spinning it. What the heck? How's this supposed to work? I hate that I have all these brand new shocks that are just getting wrench marks on them and getting all beat up. This right here is a perfect example of why I usually airbag everything. I've done it enough times, I don't have, I know the end result, you know. This stuff here is kind of all new to me. And it's expensive. I got a lot of money wrapped up in shocks on this thing. Alright, let's try this again. Still spinning the shock. What the heck? Dang it. Alright, I think that's it for this Dirthead shed. I've got to go and eat dinner. I got to get ready for work tomorrow. This thing is just going to have to wait another week or two until I can get back to it. This is really frustrating. Ah!